In a just society, progress means nothing if some are still oppressed. Today, I am here to discuss the anti oppression perspective, a way of thinking that aims to remove oppression and create equal opportunities for all. I am Mosrifa Ayunan Limba, and I'll explain how we can use this perspective to support a fair and meaningful change. So, anti-oppression perspective, it is an approach focused on identifying and challenging forms of discriminations, inequality, and power imbalance in society. Meaning, this approach or perspective, they want to help to avoid and fight the discrimination, inequality, and imbalance in our society. So, based on anti-oppression project, anti-oppression work seeks to recognize the oppression that exists in our society and attempts to mitigate its effects and eventually equalize the power imbalance in our communities. So, for them, they want to acknowledge the present oppression within the society and want to reduce and eliminate the effect of this. So, ang goal nito ay to lessen the power of imbalance. Isa rin ay ang iwasan ang pangyayaring discrimination at gawing mas pantay ang opportunities sa isang communities. So, AOP or anti-oppression perspective holds to believe that personal experience are determined by our personal persons, culture, social, political, and economic relationships. So meaning, the anti-oppression perspective believe that our experience has a big influence in our personal culture, social, political, and economic relationship. The social division in a society such as class, gender, race, age, and disability, the anti-oppression perspective analyze this is unable then to do the inequality. They use the patterns of a social relationship to hold and analyze the data. And also, anti-oppression perspective has a principle which include social difference, linking personal and political, power, historical and geological location, flexibility, and mutual involvement. So, social differences refer to the various ways people are different from each other in society. These differences can affect how people experience life and paano sila itrato ng iba. So, the main types are their class, their gender, their race, and also their age. So, these social differences contribute to inequality and make the issue of oppression more complicated. The next one is the linking personal and political. So, this principle emphasizes that to fully understand a person's life situation, we need to consider both their individual experiences and the larger social and political issues that affect them. The third one is the power. In anti-oppression perspective, it recognizing how power works help us to understand why some people experiences oppression while others do not, especially to those that may promote inequality from their position. And the next is the historical and geological location is important principle to analyze to give meaning to occurring ideas and cultural differences. Meaning, historical and geographical location is an important principle. This means that to understand why people experience a certain challenges or why they are experiencing oppression, we should consider both their history and where they live. Historical context means understanding how past events or situations affect people today. For instance, if a community face unfair treatment, then in order to understand, we need to know if anong mga nangyari sa community na yan years ago. Because possible that history can still impact how they are treated or what opportunities they have today. While on geographical location refers to where a person or group lives in how this location affect their experiences and opportunities. Meaning, nakadepende din minsan ang opportunity sa lugar kung saan ka namumuhay. Like for instance, people living in cities usually have more access to resources like jobs, schools, and hospital, while those in rural or remote areas may have fewer services or limited opportunities. Geographical location helps to explain why certain groups face unique challenges or advantages simply based on where they live. And the last principle is the principle of flexibility and mutual involvement. So, in the anti-oppression perspective, mean being open and adaptable and working together to understand and address oppression. Flexibility, this means being willing to adjust approaches or ideas as in needed in anti-oppression perspective. Flexibility also helps or it can help to those people. Mutual involvement, this involves working together with everyone actively participating. So it's about involving different voices, listening to each other, and respecting everyone's experience and insight. In short, these principles mean being adaptable and working closely with others to understand and fight inequality. So, anti-oppression perspective follow this principle along with a critical consciousness to change their understanding of oppression to learn how to fight against it. So the question is, how does client interact with the anti-oppression perspective? How social workers should treat and work with clients in a way that avoids oppression and respect equality using the anti-oppression perspective or the AOP. Social work aims to first one is developing critical consciousness. This means social workers need to be aware of their own beliefs and the power they may hold over clients. It's about being mindful of how power affects their understanding and interaction with clients. So, this self awareness helps social workers avoid reinforcing power imbalance. The next one, using anti-oppression perspective principle, social workers should also use this as a guide when working with clients. By practicing AOP, they can ensure that their approach respects clients' rights and reduces oppression. Another one is challenging structural power dynamics. Social work should also aim to address and challenge the power structure in society that contribute to oppression. This goal helps them work toward reducing unfair treatment and also creating an equality. And the last one, they can also avoid the teacher-student trap. Sometimes social work can seem like they have all the answer, which make clients feel less empowered or feel less powerful, even if they don't mean to. This can create an unequal relationship. So using AOP encourages social workers to treat clients as equals and work with them instead of over them. So, another question is that how this perspective will help us as a social work. So many social work use anti-oppression principles as a tool to help them understand and respond to experiences of oppression. So this is especially important when social workers band together to advocate for equality. It means they collaborate to fight against a system that cause unfair treatment of people. So ang approach na ito ay hindi lamang client ang nakaka-receive ng impact, kundi pati ang social workers are also receive a impact of this perspective. And what are those? So the first one is yung moral dilemma nila. So yung mga social work may struggle between doing what is the best for their clients and following also the developmental policies. So this can cause them to question their ability to serve their clients effectively and whether someone else would be better suited for the job. Additionally is risk of oppressing clients. So if a social work makes a wrong decision, so they might unintentionally prevent clients from getting the help or resources they need. So this means that instead of supporting their clients, they could be also a causing more harm or making things harder for them. And lastly, maaaring maapektuhan din yung mental health ng mga social work. So social workers may feel disheartened when their efforts to address inequality seem ineffective. So this can affect their motivation and mental well-being. So in summary, while anti-oppression perspective encourages social workers to help fight for inequality, it also brings challenges that can make their job harder and affect their well being. And that would be all. Thank you.